Ladies, I am bringing a little video that I had been thinking about making about, I have different planners and I thought I would see how well they do with different stamps, just in case you were wondering. I know it seems to be a lot of questions about which stamps work well with other planners, so I have several pages and I thought we would just do like a really quick stamp on each one to see if it would come through. And I have some different inks out here, and just one set of stamps that I'll use. And then the first page here is from Webster's Pages Personal Planner. So let's try this with Stays On, which is obviously gonna be, you know, heavy duty ink here. If I don't get it all over myself. Some super heavy duty ink. I really never use this for stamping, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. Actually, it did not bleed through at all. That's not bad. Especially the price that you pay for, you know, the Webster's planners. Alright, so this right here is Heidi Swap. Okay. And it is from the personal sized planner. So let's just see how that one does. Alright. That's actually not too bad either. I mean, you obviously it's shadowed through, but I mean, I don't know if you can tell. It's not that bad at all. This one is probably better than this one. Okay. The next I have is from the A5 Inkwell inserts. It doesn't really go through that much. It does as well. So we have these three. Okay, this one is the Heidi Swap, and it's for the desktop sized planner. And like I said, I usually don't use Stays On when I'm stamping in my planner. I try to stay with the Versa Magic, and I have two of those to show you guys, but I'm not going to stamp with those because I don't really see the point. I mean, we know that this one shows through just a little bit, but it's still not like end of the world. I mean, if you really needed to use a heavy duty ink for something. And this is a Simple Stories Carpe Diem planner insert. Okay. Alright. That one probably had the most bleed through of all of the pages so far. Now, this page is from a Target dollar spot. Hey, maybe some of you guys use it. I don't know. Okay. Alright, now that one's the worst bleed through. Not surprising for $1. This one is for Kikki-k. So that's a Kikki-k insert. All right. And it does have some significant bleed through. All right, this is a blank page in a file of facts. And that also has some significant bleed through. Excuse me if you can hear my cat crying. Okay, so this is the only Happy Planner insert I have, and it is for the fitness. Okay. And a little bleed through, not too bad. Alright, now this is Erin Condren. Okay. And I got some on the acrylic block. Okay. And there is some shadowing on the Erin Condren. Alright, so I have the inkwell. Let's use this page here. That's what I was pen testing on, obviously. So the backside can be ink testing. That one does have some shadowing, but it's very little. The last one I have is this Make It Happen planner from Heidi Swapp. I had originally got this because I thought it would be good just to kind of write something down if I wanted to write, you know, some type of gratitude journal or something. I'm not sure, and it's undated. So I'm gonna just stamp it. Let's just stamp it right here. Okay. And that one did have some actual, like, significant bleed through there. Okay, so I honestly never suggest using the ink, the Stays On ink when I do my planners. I mainly have that for, you know, other type of, I don't know where my cleaner is. Like, disappeared. Weird. Fall off my desk. I wouldn't really recommend it, honestly. I'll have to do it until after. Okay. I have some ink cleaner that I usually use for, you know, stamping, I should say. I hope you were able to see these. I think I zoomed out too far. Okay, so let's just go through. That's what that looks like. Here is the file of facts, the Kikki-k. This was the Target Dollar Spot, The Simple Stories, Heidi Swap Desk Calendar, Webster's Pages, Heidi Swap Personal, and A5 inserts from Inkwell Press. Okay, so the ones that I guess I would recommend using are Versamagic. Let's just grab a stamp. Okay. And there are different kinds of chalk inks. And he is not happy I have the door shut. So there's, and as you can tell, you won't be able to see it at all. I mean, there is no bleed through whatsoever with chalk inks. So even on the thinnest pages, let's see, the thinnest ones we said were like this Carpe Diem. Let's try that. Just re-ink it. Now I would make one suggestion if you're going to stamp with chalk inks. Wait until it completely dries before you do anything, like touch it, because it will smear. So here is that. There's a little bit of shadowing, but I don't think it's that much. Let's see, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. If you don't let it dry, it can, you know, smear a little bit. That dried pretty fast. So as far as the types of chalk inks, you can get several colors in the Versamagic. This is a, you know, the big black one. And then the Prima inks as well. And they all pretty much work exactly the same, personally. Like, the Prima isn't gonna change, you know, much from sorry. I mean, you're still, depending on, I guess, I can see a little bit more bleed through on that one, probably because it's a darker color. So sometimes we can't find a color, or we want to use a different color that we have. So I also have Ranger's distressed inks. You know, I just want to get some of that ink off that. So I wanted to see how Ranger's, I'm not even going to worry about this one, too thin. Ranger's distressed inks stand up against some of the better planners here that I have. So let's try those. Because the Memento, I think, is going to be about the same. Probably a little less than the black Versamagic, or I'm sorry, Stays On. I mean, I think the black Stays On is like the ultimate test of how your paper stands up to ink. So, and this is just a Memento Dewdrop. I do like some of the colors in those, but it's definitely, as you can see, you can't really see those, but you can definitely see that. Now, it doesn't mean that you would see it in, say, an inkwell. I mean, every page, you know, it just depends on the quality of your planner. See, and I don't think you can really see it at all. I mean, pretty much I will stamp with any color, any ink in my inkwell. That sounds funny, ink in my inkwell. I don't really pay attention to, you know, like what it is. I just grab it and use it if it's the color I'm looking for, because I think that it only shadows such, you know, a little bit that I don't mind. And this is a Brilliant Dewdrop, and it's like metallic colors. So let's give that a shot. don't even see it really at all. Well, I'm not surprised. Let's see. And you can see it there. Let's try the Erin Condren, because I know that's a popular one. Okay. And it does show through there. What about the Happy Planner? Right, you can see it right through there. So honestly, like I said, if I'm using my inkwell, you can see for yourself. Alright, let's try distressed inks. I rarely stamp with distressed inks. Okay. And that one glazed through. Let's move these out of the way a little. You can see that one. As well as this. Let's try the inkwell. Okay. Now, it's barely shadowed through. Now we can go ahead and try in the big inkwell, but I don't think there'll be much of a difference since it's pretty much, you know, the same paper quality. Actually, I would say the bound to me seems like it's a higher quality than the A5 inkwell. I could be completely wrong. Don't quote me on it, but to me it seems like it. And you can actually kind of see it shadow through that page. So I was wrong. Okay. So let me move these closer here so you can see them. Okay. So you can see it when you hold it up in the light. It does shadow. But it's not that bad. You know, this is probably the best quality paper here. Okay. Then you have your Carpe Diem, and you can pretty much see all of them, every ink through it, even those two or chalk inks. You got the Erin Condren. I didn't do the chalk ink. Let's just do the chalk ink real quick on that. Okay. And you can see that too. Okay. Let's do the chalk ink on the Happy Planner. And a little bit, not too bad. So I guess you can really see when you have these, you know, side-by-side comparison, who the real winner is. Personally, in my book, would be Inkwell. Sorry. I mean, there's no denying that the quality of the paper is the best for the Inkwell. I mean, it feels, out of all of them, it feels the heaviest. I would say the Happy Planner feels a little bit more sturdier than the Erin Condren. And then as far as like the Kikki-k and the Filofaxes, let's see. You know, these are actually surprisingly thick, I think, and some of the inserts that come with, or that you can buy for these, are actually really heavy duty. Like this is a paper pad. I mean, they are super heavy duty paper. So I was really impressed with the quality of the Heidi Swapp, both Heidi Swapp papers. So I would say that in the like personal size for the Inkwell, the Webster's pages, I was very impressed with those for, you know, the battle of like the personal size. I would say that this is my favorite paper that so far that I've used. As far as A5 inserts, I mean, you have 4 of the biggest ones right here. You have Filofax, you have your Kikki-k, your Carpe Diem, and your Inkwell, and hands down the Inkwell are the better quality. Then I would probably say that it's probably going to be, I would say next would be the Simple Stories, Kikki-k, and then Filofax last. Now, as far as bound planners, again, out of these that I have, I'm going to say it's my Inkwell Press, Happy Planner, and then Erin Condren. So those are what I would say as far as the quality of the ones that I have. Now, I can't speak for the ones that I don't have yet, or that haven't, you know, obviously. So I don't necessarily clean my stamps every time, but I do wipe them off on that little pad. So as far as pen sample, you know, like what kind of pens you should use, if you would like for me to test them out on my paper samples here, let me know and I will. You know, as always, thank you for watching. You know, like my video, subscribe, let me know that you are enjoying watching these, and I will keep making some more videos. Thanks.